So I haven't really talked about Olight in a while, but that's about to change because I want to talk about this bad boy right here, the brand new Olight Arkfeld Ultra. Let's check it out. And the Arkfeld Ultra will be released during Olight's September sale. It starts September 14th for VIPs, and the general public can log in on September 16th, and that goes all the way till September 20th. But I'll have all that information down below in my description box. And I'm recording this video on September 16th. That's when the general public has access to the Olight sale. And I want to thank Olight for sending these two products for me. It's a little bit late. That's why I'm recording this video on the 16th. But better late than never, I always say. So let me give you guys a nice close-up of the brand new Olight Arkfeld Ultra right here. And then this guy right here is another version of their old bulb. This is called the Sphere. Now the Sphere is interesting because they're actually giving this away for free if you're a silver member or up. If you're not a silver member, it's like 10 bucks or something silly like that. And this is pretty cool. But I'll talk about this quickly a little bit later on in this video. But let's get to this guy right here, the Arkfeld Ultra. And I just want to be clear that this isn't going to be a full review on the Arkfeld Ultra. I literally took this out of the box yesterday. Like I said, Olight was a little bit late sending these out to me, but I do want to talk about my experience with it so far and the differences between the Ultra and the Pro version right here if you guys have the Arkfeld Pro. And while I have the Pro out, I might as well just show you the size differences, and the size differences are nothing. They're exactly the same size in length and thickness. And the weight is slightly different between these two, but I'll weigh those in just a bit. But what makes these two flashlights different? And why should you go Arkfeld Ultra over the Arkfeld Pro? Well, first off, the Arkfeld Ultra has 1400 lumens versus the Pro's 1300 lumens. And yeah, if you're anything like me, that's not going to make a big difference. That's not going to make me want to pull the trigger on the Ultra. And to my eyes, side by side, I can barely tell the difference in brightness. But that is one difference. But the main difference here with the Arkfeld Ultra is the brand new OAL material that Olight invented for their new flashlights. And what exactly is OAL? And to be honest, I don't even know yet. This is the first time pulling this out of the box and learning about this new material. And OAL, which is O aluminum, which is an aluminum alloy that Olight will be making their new flashlights with. And reading some of the specs here, it's really interesting to me. They say OAL is twice as hard as 6061 aluminum. 6061 aluminum is what the Arkfeld Pro is made of. So the hardness is basically twice as hard as 6061, but apparently weighs the same. So that's why I said I wanted to weigh these side by side. I'm going to do that in just a second. So 1.77 times harder than 6061 aluminum, 1.46 times stronger in yield strength than TA2 titanium, which is grade 2 titanium, and 1.7 times stronger in tensile strength than grade 2 titanium. That's impressive. It's impressive if it's true. Now, I don't do stress tests or torture tests on my channel, but I'm really interested to see if somebody does do that with this material because I want to see if those claims are true. And there's some aesthetic differences here between the Ultra and the Pro. As you can see, they made the body just slightly more angular, as you can see right there. So more angular on the top right there, and then you can see the grip is just slightly different on the side. The Pro has these angled cuts right here, and on the Ultra, you can see they're going parallel to the flashlight. And honestly, having both of these in my hand, both of the grips on the side feel fine. It's not like I'm going to recommend this version right here over this. They feel fine. If I give you guys a close-up of the buttons and the control switch right there, they look very, very similar. And on the back, the same two-way pocket clip right there. And on the bottom, the magnetic charging port. Yes, the Ultra comes with a magnetic charging cable if you guys don't already have one, so that's pretty nice. But now let's weigh these two side by side to see if the Ultra weighs the exact same as the Pro. Just so you know, they both have the exact same 1500 milliamp hour lithium polymer battery inside. So it's not like the Ultra has a bigger battery or anything like that. Just has 100 more lumens, same battery. And the Pro comes in at, what is that, 3.9 ounces, and in grams, I have to stand up to see it, 112 grams. So 3.9 ounces, 112 grams. This is 120 grams, so slightly more heavy, and 4.3 ounces. So it does have slightly more weight to it. The Ultra is just slightly heavier than the Pro. And the Arkfeld Ultra that I have right here, this is the olive green, and it has a nice matte finish, as you guys can see. And I also wanted to show you guys the laser perforated battery life indicator right there. If I turn it on, you can see the LED shine through, but if I turn it off, you can sort of see it right there in the light if I turn, but it's not as noticeable as the LEDs right there on the Pro, as you can see. That's not a huge deal. I just thought I should mention that. All right, so the Arkfeld Ultra, of course, is a 3-in-1 flashlight. It has a ultraviolet light right there, a green laser, and white light. The white light has 5 brightness levels plus strobe. There's a moonlight, which if I press and hold, there's moonlight, and low, medium, high, and then triple click now for turbo. That's right, if I double click while this is on, it takes me to strobe warning, strobe. So turn it on, double click, and now it goes to strobe, which is a weird choice in my opinion, because every single flashlight from Olight before this, at least the ones that I own, and I own a lot, when it's on, let's just take the Pro for example, double press for turbo and then triple click for strobe. They sort of changed that here with the UI, and I'm not really sure why. So it's now double click for strobe, triple click for turbo. All right, so I have some of the times written down here for this battery. 1500 milliamp hour lithium polymer. For moonlight, there is an 11-day runtime. For the laser, there's a 61-hour runtime. And the UV light has a 315-minute UV light runtime. So this is a 900 milliwatt UV light, and the laser is a class 3R laser. And if I bring in the Pro here, you can see it's slightly brighter than the Pro. Let me try to hold these equal distance. So you can see the Ultra here is brighter than the Pro, which is impressive because the Pro here had a really bright green laser, and this one's even brighter. It also has a memory on the cyclable brightness levels right here. So if I turn it off on low, turn it back on, it goes right back to low. And if you're familiar with the Arkfeld, it's gonna have the exact same functionality as all the other Arkfelds. You can see super easy to switch between those brightness levels in different modes. So the Ultra here is a very interesting light to me because of this new OAL. I keep wanting to say AOL, but the new OAL material Olight is using here. But that's enough of the features. Like I said, this isn't a full review. I'm going to take this outside though and do a quick beam test for you guys so you can see what kind of beam you're getting when you buy this bad boy. Let's take it outside. All right, just a quick beam test here. I'm not going to move to the other side of my house like I normally do in my flashlight reviews, but I just want to give you guys a nice idea of the beam profile here. That's low. Let's move on. That was 15 lumens. This is 100 lumens on medium, the nice sweet spot. And yes, I am kissing that tree. See if I see any eyes staring at me today. Nothing. Nothing at all. But I'm barely hitting that back tree line on medium. But just in the general vicinity, you can see not a bad beam profile. Fairly widespread if I hold the flashlight, or sorry, the camera still. Just move the flashlight back and forth. And now you can see that spread right there. Not bad, not bad. And the beam, let me see, the temperature. Oh no. It's a little bit, it's sort of a neutral white here. I can't really tell. But anyways, let's go to high. There we go. Hitting that barn? Yes, I am. It's not a thrower, but if you guys are buying this Arkfeld, you're not buying it for its throwing capabilities. You're buying it because it's a 3-in-1 everyday carry flashlight, wedge style flashlight that fits very nicely in the pocket because of that shape. Mosquitoes. And then triple click the turbo. There we go. So 1400 lumens, lighting up a big portion of this backyard here. Very nice. Very nice. And then if I put on the laser, oh my goodness, yeah, easily. Let me see if I can hit the barn over there. Oh yeah. The laser here is ridiculous, guys. You can barely see I'm hitting that back tree back there. I can see it hitting it. Not sure if it's showing up on camera, but let's start bringing it back. That laser is really strong. And then the ultraviolet light, yeah, pretty decent, pretty nice. So hopefully that gives you guys a nice idea here. I'm going back inside. And now let's quickly talk about the Olight Sphere right here, which is interesting because you can see it now has a clear shell, outer shell around it. And just more of the light is exposed because the old bulbs used to have a rubber piece right here. So only half of that light was exposed. So if I bring in the Olight MC right here, you can see what I'm talking about. Just the top half is exposed, and that gives you a nice idea of the size of the sphere. And then this is the Bulb Pro. See, a little bit smaller than the Pro. And then, oops, just dropped it. That's okay. And then the gigantic Bulb Plus right there. And it works very similar to the other bulbs. The button's on the bottom. Press it once to turn it on. It goes right to the white light. It does have a memory, so it will remember the last brightness level you are on. So it goes right back to the white. That's where I left it. And if I tap it once, it goes to red. Flashing red. Tap it again. Starts the color mode. So nice little color gradient. Looks like water. Some fireworks. That's going to be kind of hard to see on camera. Oh, it's picking it up. Some more lighting effects, and then right back to white. If you press and hold, that's the brightness levels right there. So it's a nice ramp up and ramp down. This is all the way low. And then double click to turn it off. And now it has this little lighting animation when you turn it off. So if I turn it back on, double click again, that's what it does when you turn it off. And this is what the Olight app looks like right there. You can turn it on and turn it off right from the app. You can see that. Brightness level right down here. If I slide up that little slider, there you go. It's pretty responsive. My phone's not, but the app is pretty responsive. On the bottom, it shows you everything you can do from that bottom button right there. You can see the white, red, and the red flashing and all the different color modes right there. It also has a color wheel right there. So you can basically choose whatever color. If I can grab it, choose whatever color you want. Right there. But it also has a bunch of other lighting effects that are within these little tabs right here. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's a bunch of pretty neat, but in my opinion, useless. I would never use these. I know some people like them, but for me, I don't really use these, but they're there if you like them. There's also a music rhythm section. So if I tap this, it opens my microphone. Well, all right there, try it. So every time I talk, it's going to flicker and do all kinds of weird stuff. And there's an interactive button right here. There's a Bash-a-Mole game. So if I turn that on, I haven't played this yet, but I guess you have to hit it when the lights go on. I don't know. But they actually included a game here, which I thought was pretty cool. There's even a countdown timer here. So you guys get the idea. The Olight Sphere, their brand new bulb, and like I said, it's free right now if you have a membership silver and up. Normally it's like 20 bucks, but during the sale, it's like $9.99 for silver and under if you're not a silver member. $10 for the the Olight Sphere. And I know Olight has other lights launching at this sale. The Baton Turbo looks really interesting. I don't have that one, but I might just grab that to do a review on really soon. But anyways, if you guys are interested in the sale, I'll put all that information down below in my description box. And what do you guys think of the new Arkfeld Ultra and the Sphere? Particularly, I'm interested in this new aluminum material right here, this aluminum alloy. I'm curious to know the other elements that Olight mixed in that aluminum to create this aluminum that's supposedly twice as hard as 6061 aluminum, but weighs the same. And as I showed you, this weighs a little bit more than the Arkfeld Pro, the exact same battery. I'm not sure if there's anything else in here that would weigh it down, so I'm not really 100% positive it's the body that's weighing more. I just don't know. And even though it weighed more, it wasn't a lot more. So like I said, I'm super curious on this material. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe and go.